Tonight, another fight over local control is brewing here in Tennessee. A newly amended bill would let the state take control of Tennessee's major airport boards.
Yeah, that includes McGhee Tyson. Kelly Milan spoke to lawmakers on both sides of the issue and shares more now from Nashville.
For years, Nashville's airport has been a symbol of growth, a front door to a city on the rise. But now a new bill could change who holds the keys. The proposal from State Senator Paul Bailey would restructure airport authority boards across Tennessee, including Nashville, Memphis, Chattanooga, and McGhee Tyson outside Knoxville. Not by changing flights or terminals, but by changing who sits in the room when decisions are made.
My thought is that the state is making huge investments into these airports. The municipalities are not providing very much funding, if any at all, into these airports. And when the state continues to pour millions of dollars into the airport, we should have a seat at the table.
Bailey said the state pays up to $50 million in funding for all major airports, and that number could go up in the coming years. His argument is if the state is paying, it should have the say, but not everyone is on board.
The reason that Nashville's airport is doing so well and the city of Nashville is so enticing to people is because it's been run by people who live in Nashville. And so, taking over at a time when we are seeing such growth and such success, it's indefensible, and inevitably it might not work out well.
State Senator Heidi Campbell says who sits on these boards shapes everything from daily operations to major projects.
As somebody who is a pilot, I can tell you right now that you have to have people who understand the aviation industry, and people who understand actually the history, people with institutional knowledge who understand the history of how these airports run.
Bailey insists the public may not notice any difference. He says it does not change the airports, it changes who runs them. Adding more state appointments to the airport boards currently run locally.
There has to be architects, there has to be engineers, there has to be pilots, there has to be professionals that's appointed to these boards. And so the general public will not see a change, but the structure and the governance of the airport board will change.
Again, that was Kelly Milan reporting from Nashville. State Senator Bailey says he expects the bill to move to the Senate floor in the next few weeks. If passed, the changes would take effect July 1st.